If you want to start, build, or grow your business, then what I'm about to share with you will positively and profoundly increase your odds of success. And in today's hyper-competitive world of business, any advantage or edge that you can get should be taken advantage of. So I highly recommend watching right till the end, because I've got good news for you. Succeeding in business is actually a whole lot easier than you may have been led to believe. But that's only if you understand the core concepts and key fundamentals that I'm going to be sharing with you in this video. So with all that said, let's dive in. Hey there, my name is Erhart, marketing strategist, and welcome to the channel, the #1 place to learn proven marketing strategies to grow your business online. All right, let's talk about growing your business, making more sales, and generating new clients and new customers. Reality is, and the first and most important lesson that you need to understand is that when someone decides who to do business with, that includes you, that includes me, that includes your clients and customers, well, they typically choose to do business with one of two types of people. That first type of people, or I guess person, would be people like us, people that share some kind of common trait or attribute or characteristic that is similar to you or to your brand or to your business. Now, this can be any variable or combination of variables, including things like demographic details like age, gender, income, occupation, things like that. Also geographic details like what city or state or province or country they live in. And lastly, psychographic details. This is typically where tribes are built around, people with shared beliefs or common interests or values, or something that they all kind of agree on in some way, shape, or form. Essentially, the psychographic details are those attitudes, those beliefs, those organizations or groups that they appeal to. And if you can find one of these, well, you've really hit the gold mine, because they tend to attract people from different demographic details and different geographic details, especially in today's online age. Now, when it comes to choosing to do business with people like us, well, the more checks that you can mark next to a certain variable, well, the greater likelihood that someone's going to relate and essentially be able to understand where you're coming from and really like you and want to do business with you. For example, if I hear a story about how a grandmother in Italy is having great results using XYZ product, well, XYZ product might be an absolutely amazing product, but it's hard for me to relate and to really understand her story and be empathetic to her situation and see how I might be the same or be able to get the same results, even if I would. On the other hand, if they presented me with a case study of a guy in his 30s from North America, possibly living on the west coast of Canada, who likes guitars and snowboarding, maybe he's got kids, that kind of thing. Well, the more variables that I and this fictional representation have in common, the more that I'm going to be able to relate, the more that I'm going to naturally like this person and want to do business with them. The takeaway point is the more things that your brand or your business has in common with the clients, with the customers that you're trying to attract, and the more that you let them know, well, the greater likelihood that they're going to be to like you and therefore more likely to do business with you. This is why I love and use Shutterstock, which is also this video's sponsor. Shutterstock helps me find the exact image that I'm looking for so I can build the most relatable and authentic and ethical campaign possible by using the exact targeted image for my ads, for my videos, for my websites or landing page, or any time that I'm trying to communicate a message to my ideal target market, and I need to find the exact right image to do the job. With Shutterstock, I can browse through all kinds of different images and pick the exact one to communicate the right message and then put it in exactly the right space, allowing me to create higher converting marketing campaigns quickly and easily. I've used Shutterstock for years in my business, and I recommend it to all my clients and all my students. So if you'd like to get started with Shutterstock and get your first 10 images free, all you need to do is click the link in the descriptions below or visit adamerhart.com/Shutterstock. All right, so now that we have covered the fact that people like to do business with people like them, well, the second type of people that people like to do business with are people they aspire to be, or people they look up to be, or people they want to be like. Essentially, if the first group of people are people just like us, they have similar characteristics, demographic, geographic, and psychographic, maybe they have the same interests and attitudes, they have the same sort of beliefs and values and all of that stuff, well, the second group of people are more of an aspirational group. Essentially, it's people that have accomplished some kind of goal or are living some kind of life or have achieved some kind of outcome that we aspire to achieve as well. Essentially, this kind of marketing message, this kind of sales material is saying, if you do what I do, you can have what I have. Now, this kind of marketing, this kind of sales message is incredibly effective, but for it to work, you really need to have dialed in two different aspects. The first of which is something called an ICA, or Ideal Customer Avatar. This essentially is a fictional representation of that ideal perfect target market, that perfect person that you want to serve. Really fleshing out details like their demographic details, age, gender, income, occupation, all the things we already covered, geographic details like what city, state, province, country they live in, and of course those psychographic details like attitudes, interests, beliefs, values, affiliations. All of those things. Well, once you've got that dialed in, it's time to move on to the second part, which is miracles and miseries. Their miracles are things like their goals and their dreams and their wants and their aspirations and all the things they're trying to achieve. And their miseries are all of their fears and their problems and their frustrations and nightmares and all the things they're trying to move away from. Obviously, for this type of marketing to work, in order to put something in front to show someone what they could have or could be like, well, first you need to understand who you're talking to. Next, you really need to be sure that you're clear on what exactly it is that they do want, because there's no point in promoting some kind of benefit, some kind of outcome that they don't even want. So once you've got those totally dialed in, well, now it's time to move on to the most successful sales funnel or marketing formula ever, which is the know, like, and trust model. The know, like, and trust model is basically as basic as it sounds, and it's been around for a really long time, but it states that for someone to do business with you, they first need to know you, then they need to like you, and then they need to trust you. The know part is obvious. After all, how's someone going to do business with you if they don't even know you exist? And this is why marketing is the single most important element to your business's success. For people to buy from you, they need to know you exist. Sounds like an incredibly obvious statement, yet you'd be amazed how many times I do an audit on a client's business or look through things and we analyze all of their marketing and we realize they're just not doing enough marketing. People don't even know about them that could be buying from them. Anyway, once you've got the know part covered and you're making sure that you're marketing your business in the right places to reach the right people, well, the next spot is the like part. Now, this part we just covered. Essentially the fact that people like to buy from people like them and people that they would like to be like. It's a whole lot of likes. Well, that leads us to the final piece of the puzzle, which is the trust part. Now, establishing trust, there's a number of different ways to do this, including adding value and being an authority and providing reciprocity and including all sorts of testimonials and case studies. But there's one shortcut, one hack, if you like, that I've found dramatically increases the effectiveness and the efficiency of building trust with your customers and with your clients in the most ethical and authentic way possible. And that way is video marketing. Next to being in person, next to having that face-to-face communication, well, video really is the next best thing because it enables you to watch the body language, to hear the tone of voice, to see the movements, to look into someone's eyes, basically to get kind of the full experience without actually being there face-to-face with somebody. This is why video is so much more effective than simple text, or even audio like on a podcast or listening to the radio or things like that. Do people still listen to the radio? Video allows you to build trust rapidly. It allows you to establish rapport, and it allows you to really allow someone to determine whether they like you or not. And that's a good thing. We want people to either really like us, love us even, or hate us. And that's okay too, because the reality is you're not for everybody. You should really only be dialing in your marketing and your message for your ideal customer avatar. That perfect person that loves you, loves what you do, and is happy to pay you for the true value you provide. What we don't want are wishy-washy clients and wishy-washy customers. People that think we're okay, but that means that we're replaceable. That means they view us as kind of bland, kind of vanilla, kind of boring. And that means very forgettable. None of that is good. But there's an added benefit to video marketing as well, which allows you to increase frequency. Now, frequency is naturally conditioned in us as humans, well, to be associated with trust. Essentially, the more times that we see something, the more likely we are to trust it, whether this is fair or not. Well, with video marketing, you can put your videos on YouTube, you can run ads to them, you can put them on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn, all sorts of other platforms. All of these give you more opportunities to increase that frequency, to build more rapport, and to increase that whole know, like, and trust factor. There is another piece to this entire puzzle though that'll really drive the point home and make all of your marketing and your sales and your business growth that much more effective. And it really comes down to mastering the fundamentals and really nailing those marketing basics. This is why the next thing you're going to want to do is check out the video I have linked up right here on Introduction to Marketing. So make sure to check that out now, and I'll see you in the next episode. As I fell in love with marketing years ago when I first got interested in figuring out why people buy and act the way they do, and later how to influence and persuade, essentially affect human behavior.